is called to order this August 20th at 7 p.m. Clerk Mastera, will you please call the roll?
Sure. Trustee Garcia.
Here.
Trustee Malone.
Here.
Trustee O'Sullivan.
Here.
Trustee Andreessen.
Here.
Trustee Frost.
Here.
Trustee Vela.
Here.
And President Skillman.
Is there a trustee who would make a motion to appoint Trustee O'Sullivan as temporary chair of this meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
We have a motion from Trustee Frost and a second from Trustee Vela.
Roll call.
We have a roll call, please.
Trustee Andreessen.
Yes.
Trustee Frost.
Yes.
Trustee Vela.
Yes.
Trustee Garcia.
Yes.
Trustee Malone.
Yes.
And Trustee O'Sullivan.
Yes. All right, so please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Remain standing for the invocation from Pastor Totton. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for furnishing us with such talents and abilities as we come before you tonight, offering those to you for you to fill them with your ability. Thank you, Father. In this world, we need your counsel, your wisdom, in order to make the right decisions. You always have a better way, a higher truth, and we know that you are a very present help in time of need. We ask you for wisdom for our board, for all people who serve in all the facets of our village, that all the various departments flow in unity. We give you thanks for the continued safety of our police, firefighters, and our first responders, and all who serve to protect and preserve life and establish a presence of peace in our community. And last of all, we give you thanks for the career of Bob Cole. We thank you for our dear brother for 32 years serving this community with all of his heart, and we let him depart with our blessing. Godspeed, brother. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. So next up are proclamations, congratulatory resolutions, and awards, and we have a very special one tonight, as Pastor Tom alluded to in his invocation. Bob Cole is completing his career, a distinguished career here in Carpentersville, and over 40 years in total of public service and public works. And I'd like to read a proclamation honoring Bob Cole that President Skillman prepared for tonight. And he sends his regards, Bob. He regrets that he's not here. So the Village of Carpentersville proclamation honoring Bob Cole, Director of Public Works, on his retirement. Whereas Bob Cole has dedicated 40 years of his career to public service, his career in public works began with the village of East Dundee, Algonquin, and in 1987, Bob Cole found himself back home where he grew up in Carpentersville, Illinois. And whereas Bob Cole accepted a position as the water operator for the village of Carpentersville on September 8th, 1987, was promoted to water superintendent in 1990, and in 2001 became the director of public works. And whereas Bob Cole prides himself on never having taken a sick day during 32 years of employment, he always has been a willing volunteer, a person who values teamwork both within his department and with others throughout the village, and strives to go above and beyond by working extra hours, attending numerous meetings and preparing budgets, while always resolving to do what was best for the community. And whereas Bob Cole has worked for, with, and overseen numerous employees, commissions, village boards, engineering firms, and contractors in order to tackle countless programs, projects, and improvements, including the renovation of Carpenter Park, the building of a new Carpentersville Public Works facility, the construction of 2 salt storage facilities, emergency water interconnects with 2 neighboring communities, the maintenance and repainting of water towers, implementation of a drive-by water meter read system, replacement of an aeration tower, iron filtration and water softener, additions at the water facility, centrifuge and chemical feed system upgrades, at the wastewater facility. I'm waiting for the pyramids here, Bob, because creation of a village in-house grind overlay program, resourceful and efficient responses to major storms, and the coordination and execution of many fun and successful special events. Whereas we applaud Bob Cole and extend our appreciation of his accomplishments, hard work, dedication, and loyalty throughout his career as he retires on August 30th, 2019, and convey to him our best wishes for a long, healthy, and happy retirement. And now, therefore, President John Skillman and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Carpentersville, County of Kane, Illinois, do hereby designate August 30th, 2019 as Bob Cole Day in the Village of Carpentersville as an expression of gratitude for Bob Cole for outstanding service. Thank you, Bob.
Is that a Rolex? You get 1 minute per year.
This may take me a little longer than 1 minute, and I am, thank you, Michael, and I am deeply moved and honored. First of all, I would like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for providing me with the wisdom and knowledge to do my job for the Village of Carpentersville for the last 32 years. And I would also like to thank him for the protection that he's given me throughout those years. Over the last month, many people have asked me, or have wished me a happy retirement, and thanked me for all that I have done for the Village of Carpentersville. And as much as I appreciate the well wishes and accolades, Bob Cole has not done it all. I have a team of dedicated and loyal employees, strike that friends, that are not recognized enough for what they do, and I would like to honor them tonight. So with the board's board's permission, I would like to do so. Some of them are here, a majority of them are here, but some of them are not. First of all, I would like to honor Maria Shenahaw for data. She is our data entry specialist. Maria has been with the village for 6 years and has made over 10,000 data entries of B-box locations, sanitary sewer backups, and sign locations. This information is used by field personnel on a daily basis. And what's really, Maria has just been a blessing to us. She has cerebral palsy, and she comes to work 2 days a week. She probably works maybe 3 hours a day, and she's always at work with a smile, and she has such a hard work ethic, and she's just, like I said, just a blessing to all of us. Building Superintendent Eric Langlow. Eric, stand up, please. Eric's been with me for 7.5 years, and prior to joining my team, Eric spent the majority of his career in the private sector. Eric started out his career as a village hall building superintendent, but because of his vast knowledge in the building trades, he has taken over the maintenance of all public buildings within the village, and that's 7 buildings. And he's done this all with hard work, many, many long hours, as all my superintendents do. And Eric, thank you very much for all of your hard work. I appreciate it. Construction Maintenance Superintendent Mark Self. I don't think Mark is here tonight, but Mark oversees the parks, streets, vehicle maintenance, underground utilities, and he also has just started playing a major role in special events. Mark has only been with us for 3 years, but prior to that, he spent 28 years with the Village of West Dundee. Mark's first 2.5 years, his position was the Assistant Construction Maintenance Superintendent, and recently he was elevated to the superintendent position, vacated when Jack Clifton retired. And we look forward to great things from Mark. He's a good guy and also a very hard worker. A retired construction maintenance superintendent, Jack Clifton. Stand up, Jack, or known to us all as Big Daddy. Prior to his retirement, Jack was a construction maintenance superintendent for 15 years. Before coming to Carpentersville, Jack worked for the city of Danville for 25 years and brought a wealth of knowledge in public works, construction, maintenance, as well as playing a major role in the design of the public works facility. And Jack has also provided very important knowledge or important input for many of our contractual services, such as ground maintenance, snow plowing, and street sweeping. Thank you very much, Jack. Water Superintendent Joe Egler. Oh, I went out of order. Joe Egler, you're on, Joe. I'm sorry. I told them where to sit, and for once they listened to me. Joe's been with the village for 13 years, and prior to coming to the village, Joe worked for the village of Barrington for 13 years. Joe has overseen many of the projects within the wastewater facilities while continuing to maintain daily operations. Joe is always willing to help his fellow superintendents, and Joe, I will definitely miss your daily wastewater updates for me. They've just been such an important part of my life. Water Superintendent Dean Gorder. I didn't go out of order. I had him right here. Out of all the superintendents, Dean has been with me the longest. Dean's been with me for 25 years. Dean worked for the city of Harvard for 8 years prior to joining my team. Dean was named the 2000 State of Illinois Groundwater Operator of the Year, and under his leadership won the 2004 Best Tasting Water in Illinois, and has continued the water facility's 33-year consecutive streak of monitoring and maintaining the proper fluoride levels in the drinking water. I have a lot of funny stories about Dean, but unfortunately I don't have time to share them all with you, but hit me after the meeting and I will tell you all of them. Dean's a good guy. Thank you, Dean, for everything. Craig Jensen, Construction Maintenance Foreman Craig Jensen. Craig has worked for the village within the underground utilities branch for 35 years. I think Craig has worked here the longest, and then I'm second after that. Craig has a vast knowledge of the village's infrastructure system and plays a major role in construction projects as well as the daily operation of our construction maintenance division. When Craig leaves, there will be a lot of institutional knowledge lost. So I think it's really important that we start tapping into his brain now and get all that information and run with it. Thank you very much, Craig, for your service. Ed Sadlowski. Stand up, Eddie. Ed has been with the village for 13 years. Now the engineering department recently merged with the public works department, so Ed and I really haven't had the opportunity to work that closely together. However, he is a very welcome team member of public works, and Ed is currently managing multiple projects within the village. And thank you, Ed, and good luck with your continued career with the village of Carpentersville. Village Engineer and Assistant Public Works Director Kevin Gray. I think you're all familiar with Kevin. With Kevin. Kevin has been with me for 7 years. Prior to Carpentersville, Kevin worked for Wheeling for about 7 years and for IDOT for 3 years. Kevin brings a lot of energy and construction knowledge to the village. And I'm very protective over my department, but I have no reservations about handing it over to Kevin. I think that he'll do an excellent job, and I know that he will always act in the best interest of the village, and he will give you 110% of whatever he does. So thank you, Kevin, and good luck. Now this is going to be a tough one. My administrative super secretary, Michelle. And I don't say her last name because everybody knows Michelle as Michelle. You know, you have all these superstars that go by one name. Well, Michelle goes by Michelle. Michelle's been with me for 16 years, and words can't express how proud I am of her. She's a self-starter. She thinks of others before herself and is always willing to help. And when residents call, she always gets them the answer, or she'll find somebody who can get her the answer. And one of her biggest jobs is to keep all these knuckleheads in place, and I think that, and she does that. She's just such a valuable asset to the village, and thank you. Last but not least, the last member of my team is my wife of 34 years, Nancy Cole. Nancy, stand up. Nancy has supported me my entire career. She never once complained about the long hours working on weekends or being woken up in the middle of the night by Quadcom. She volunteered for several years planting flowers throughout the village and all the entrance signs, Veterans Garden and Village Hall. And her main objective was probably to spend more time with me and also to make the village look pretty. And she did that. And thank you, honey, for all of your support. And I'm yours. And that's about all I have. I just want to thank the board for all of your support throughout the years. And I look forward to my retirement and spending time with my family and all my kids. So thank you very much.
Bob, a leader knows how to get it done. A great leader knows he doesn't do it by himself.
No,
Thanks
no.
for acknowledging your team.
And I would also like to acknowledge my sister, Linda, in the crowd, and her husband, Gene, too. They came a long way here just to see this tonight. Old Town, Carpentersville, but they're here, and thank you.
We also have a proclamation in recognition of International Overdose Day. Village of Carpentersville Proclamation, International Overdose Awareness Day, August 31st, 2019. Whereas Drug Policy Alliance statistics indicate that drug overdose is the leading cause of injury-related death in the United States for people between ages of 35 to 54, and the second leading cause of injury-related death for young people. And whereas more than 28,000 people die each year of an overdose from heroin, cocaine, prescription drugs, or other narcotics, more than the number of deaths due to guns, murders, or HIV/AIDS. And whereas accidental drug overdose cases have quadrupled since 1990. And whereas International Overdose Awareness Day originally started in Australia as an initiative of the Salvation Army in the year 2001. And whereas International Overdose Awareness Day provides an opportunity for people around the world to publicly mourn loved ones, honored by honoring and remembering those who have lost their lives to an overdose. And whereas numerous participating countries use this occasion to educate policymakers and the public about growing overdose crisis in the United States and abroad, thereby offering concrete solutions that could possibly save lives. And whereas in 2010, Illinois enacted the Overdose Protection Law, which allows trained individuals to administer life-saving drugs in the event of an overdose. And this law would further save lives by protecting friends and family who seek medical help for those who overdose from arrest or prosecution for the possession of small amounts of drugs. Now, therefore, President Skillman, President of the Village of Carpentersville, do hereby proclaim August 31st, 2019 as Overdose Awareness Day in Carpentersville in memory of those people who have either lost loved ones or live with permanent injuries resulting from drug overdose. Dated and signed, the Village of Carpentersville, Kane County, 20th day of August 2019. So that concludes the proclamations, congratulatory resolutions, and awards. Once again, Bob, thank you very much for all your years of service. Number 6, appointment confirmations and administrators. There's nothing in that agenda item? No?
None tonight.
Okay, public comment. We have one, right, Kelly?
Correct.
That would be Melissa Hernandez, President of the Northern Kane County Chamber of Commerce. Melissa? Sorry we didn't give you your own agenda item,
Very upset about
but
it.
essentially you have your own agenda item. So.
Obviously. So,
Proceed.
and last night I was at the Village of East Dundee, and it was very similar to this. There were some tearful retirements, and I'm like, I just obviously can't win, because to follow that is really unfair. I think you guys should forewarn me, I'm just going to say. So But anyway, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here tonight. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to update you guys on some highlights that the Chamber has experienced in 2019. I can't believe we're already through August. But some of the things that the Chamber does that maybe you're not aware of is this year we did award $6,000 in scholarships to area students. They have to be affiliated with the Chamber. The community of the Chamber represents, or, so Dundee Crown. We also work a lot with the incubator program at Dundee Crown, which is an opportunity for young children who are inspired by the entrepreneurship opportunities to create a business. So that's engaging them with the business community. We've also started some partnerships with CORE, which is an organization for creating opportunities for retention and expansion, and it's giving us the opportunities to go into manufacturers and do some interviews and find maybe manufacturers who are either struggling or the possibility of expansion. This will provide you guys with information to either go in and maybe help a company, or if somebody is looking to expand, find a way to help them expand here in Carpentersville or within the northern Kane County area. We will have an online portal where we'll be able to input that information and then be able to share it with you guys for educational purposes. We've also been doing a lot with the Sheriff's Department, DECO, which is the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and some other organizations that have a regional presence, but they've actually really taken a lot of notice in Northern Kane County Chamber and what we've been doing and what we can provide for them and bring back to our community. So, the Chamber, I've been there for a long time, 12 years, but we've really created some consistency and some traction, and I think it's important for you guys to know that we have gained recognition on a regional level. We've been producing a community guide every year for the last 10 years. Recently, we've upped our publication distribution to 12,000 homes. And I know that people say print is dead, but I'll tell you what, people like to have something in their hand, and we always get requests for our publications. We always hand out all of our publications throughout the years. And we make sure that all of our villages, our school districts, our township, our park district, and our libraries are highlighted in there. So it's a really great piece that shows how great our communities are. We've continued our partnerships with the Rotary Clubs, the Boys and Girls Club, the Lions Club, and local residents. And what that does, it's helped gain traction for your guys' events, help the events collect more volunteers, get sponsorships, and all of that is just improving our community while we're working together. So the Chamber becomes like this nucleus in the middle that's helped driving all of these people together and offering them opportunities to grow their events. We were at Burger Fest last weekend, helping out with the radio station with that. And we'll help out. I've talked with Maria about El Grito. So we try to be as strong a presence as we can in any of the events and any way that we can help. We've recently redid our website. If you haven't been to it lately, please go to it. We've created landing pages for all of the villages, and we will be working with the villages to kind of customize each landing page so that it's kind of relevant to Carpentersville. So finally, last year, we did the Community Service Award, and it was our 6th and final year. But then we felt like we really didn't want it to go away. We think it's an awesome opportunity for the village to be able to highlight somebody that goes above and beyond supporting the community events, being there, being present. And so this year what we've done is we've combined the Community Service Award event with our awards dinner, which is on October 5th at the Holiday Inn in Elgin. So the village, we still really encourage you to find a recipient for that award. Time is a little bit of the essence because instead of it being in November, the event is the beginning of October. So I would need a date, a name, pretty quickly. But we've actually managed to secure a few sponsors. So the recipient, a guest, as well as one village representative will receive a ticket to the event. So somebody can come and present the award on behalf of the village. It'll still be your award. We're not asking anything from you guys but a name. And we will take it from there. But we feel like it'll be really fun for the recipient because it'll be a larger crowd. It will once again engage the recipient with the business community and just, I think create a really great event to highlight our successes for 2019. So I really hope that you guys will consider participating in that event. And if you have any questions, otherwise, thank you for your time.
With more than 37,700 people, I'm sure we can find one meritorious soul to represent us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So,
And I know I'm a little biased because I'm obviously on the board of the chamber, but the vitality of this business community is only enhanced by the membership in the chamber, and I strongly encourage every business member in this community to consider membership in the chamber.
thanks, John. Thank you, guys.
Next item is the consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda will be enacted by one motion. There'll be no separate discussions of the items unless a trustee so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda.
I'd like to remove item B from the consent agenda, please.
So we'll remove item B from the consent agenda, and we'd like a motion to consider all items except B. Do I have a motion to consider all items except B on the consent agenda?
I motion.
Trustee Garcia motions. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Trustee Malone seconds. Clerk Mastera, can we please have a roll call?
Trustee Vela,
Yes.
Trustee Garcia,
Yes.
Trustee Malone,
Yes.
Trustee O'Sullivan,
Yes.
Trustee Andreessen,
Yes.
and Trustee Frost.
Yes.
Motion carries. Can we have a discussion on item B then, please, starting with Trustee Frost?
There was just a name change on the trustee reports from August 6th. So there was a name change, and that's the only reason that we just need to do that, to change the name.
So I understand it's attributing the comment based from Trustee Garcia, having the following report, starting with, he welcomed new hires to you, Trustee Frost. It should be Trustee Frost.
Yes.
So without objection, we'd like to make that amendment, and I'd like to have a motion to approve item, I should say, to consider item B. Clerk Mastera, can we have a motion on that agenda item?
As a point of order, we could do this as a combined motion to approve it as amended, as indicated by trustees Frost and O'Sullivan, if there's such a motion.
Okay.
Do we have a motion?
Yes.
I have a motion from Trustee Garcia. Is there a second?
I'll second. I'll second.
Okay, Trustee Andreessen seconds. Clerk Mastera, can we please have a roll call vote?
Trustee Andreessen,
Yes.
Trustee Frost,
Yes.
Trustee Vela,
Yes.
Trustee Garcia,
Yes.
Trustee Malone,
Yes.
and Trustee O'Sullivan.
Yes, the motion carries.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the reports of manager and staff. We have a special event update on El Grito by Ollie Besinger. Thank you, Mr. Besinger. Welcome.
Good evening. As mentioned, my name is Ollie Besinger, and unlike Mr. Cole, I tend to maximize my sick days on an annual basis, so please don't hold that against me.
I got to tell you, that just jumped out at me, too. Never a head cold, Bob, for heaven's sakes? It spreads your love to all these folks? You couldn't keep him home? Sorry, Mr. Besinger. Go right ahead.
I'm here as a representative of the Carpentersville Family Resource Center, and on behalf of the board members and the numerous volunteers at the CFRC, we'd like to personally invite the village board as well as all of the residents of the city of Carpentersville to join us at the second annual El Grito Festival, which will be held Saturday, September 14th at beautiful Carpenter Park. Please join us as we celebrate one of the many cultures included in our community and showcase the dynamic diversity of Carpentersville and its residents. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I know, Trustee
you,
Vela,
Ollie.
this is an item that's near and dear to your heart.
Yes, absolutely. So, thank you, Ollie, for coming out. And yes, we are going to be celebrating El Grito, September 14, Saturday, September 14. We're very proud of this event. It was highly successful last year. We had over 5,000 attendees and 63,000 viewers in social media, and it was viewed in other countries as well. We're very proud of our group, what we created last year with a very small number of us. And so this year we are hoping to make it bigger and better, as John always says. and everyone is welcomed. Please join us. If you have any questions about El Grito, anybody would like to participate, please contact me, Maria Vela, number 224-387-6392.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So is there any old business as the next item on the agenda?
None tonight.
Any new business?
None of that either.
Trustee and committee reports. We'll start with Trustee Garcia.
Good evening. First, I want to thank Bob for all these years. Bob, I called you to complain, and I never get to alter your voice. I called you to praise of something that wasn't perfect, and you were exactly the same answer. I admire you. We were at Burger Fest. It was a really nice event. A lot of people, really family orientated, and I think we got a lot of people coming over and looking at what we did, what you guys did, Bob. I really like all the social media that the village is doing, Kelly. It's phenomenal. You see Carpentersville everywhere now. It's really cool. I also would like the board to consider, and I had talked to Manager Anderson, Eric, I'm sorry, and Chief Kilborn about a DARE program. I know there's mixed feelings about the DARE program, but now that cannabis will be legal as of January 1st, let's think about the DARE program. Also, we have a group of firemen coming from Coahuila, Mexico. They would like to meet with some of our firemen. I was talking to Chief JP about it. I'm going to talk to him a little more, but it'll be a cool, good thing for our community to establish a sister city just north of us, where a lot of us come from. And finally, I found a company that could help Walmart prevent from their cars leaving their parking lot. It's a very inexpensive device. It's installed on one of the casters, and when the shopping cart crosses that line, it applies a brake, and the cart don't leave the parking lot. So I got that information from a shopping center in San Antonio. So I'll pass that along, and that's all what I got to say. Thank you again, Bob.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Trustee Malone?
I have nothing today except thank Mr. Cole for his many years of service.
Thank you, Trustee Malone. Trustee Vela?
Thank you, Bob. There's so many good things to say about you. My experience as a trustee coming into the village and reaching out to every department. When I stopped in to see you, I was highly welcomed. You have always been there to answer my questions, very supportive. I'm very proud of everything that you've done for this town. Carpentersville looks beautiful. Your department, amazing work, guys. We are so proud of what you do. And we want you to know that you're very valuable to us, and you will be greatly missed, Bob. Thank you so much for your years of service.
Thank you, Trustee Vela. Trustee Frost?
First, I'd like to say thanks to everybody that came to Burger Fest. It was a huge success. Excuse me. And I think everybody there had fun. It's a beautiful day, a little bit of liquid sunshine, but that's all right. I want to say thanks to Bob for not only his service, his dedicated service. Everything he's done for the village, my family. I mean, you've treated my family just great over the years. My dad, when he sat in this seat. Just thanks for everything, and you got a hell of a team. Yeah, so that's it.
Thank you, Trustee Frost. Trustee Andreessen?
I want to thank Bob, too, and I've just met you recently. I'm honored to spend time with you, and I appreciate all you've done for me to introduce me to all the different things this village does. It's crazy how much there is, how much there's to learn, and you will be missed. Yes, that was the rule. There could be only one Bobby in the village, so I'm Roberta until September 1st.
So noted. Thank you, Trustee Andreessen. I guess, Bob, I'm just going to add the the same sentiments. You were very generous with your time with me, and I really appreciate it. And again, I just want to say how generous it was of you to praise your staff, the people behind you that helped you be successful. And it's wonderful to have a team like that. But not everybody would go to the trouble and be the class act that you are to acknowledge these guys and gals who made sure that the village runs properly and is successful. And thank you to all of you for what you do every darn day. Thank you, Bob. Next item on the agenda is a closed session, which we're not going to have this evening, so we're going to pass on that. Any discussion concerning other village business? Well, then, everybody's favorite part of this meeting, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
I'll second that.
Garcia motions and Trustee Frost seconds. A voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're done.